Do your legs ever feel heavy, like you're wading through water just to get across the room? Or maybe you wake up feeling stiff and groggy, even after a full night's sleep. You might do a little gardening or run a few errands, and by the afternoon, a deep fatigue settles in your bones, making the simplest tasks feel like a monumental effort. It's easy to dismiss this as just a normal part of getting older, something we simply have to accept. But this feeling of being weighed down, of your energy draining away too quickly, is not an inevitable part of aging. It's a very specific signal from your body. In traditional Chinese medicine, we see this as a sign that your internal engine is running inefficiently. This heaviness and fatigue often point to an elation of something we call ampness, which happens when the body's energy or qi isn't strong enough to transform and transport fluids properly. Think of a humid, foggy day. The air is thick, heavy, and it makes you feel sluggish. Dampness inside your body does the very same thing. Your body is telling you it needs help clearing this internal fog so your natural vitality can shine through again. This isn't about pushing harder, it's about working smarter with your body's innate wisdom. To understand this heavy, sluggish feeling, we need to talk about one of the most important organ systems in TCM, the spleen. Now, when we say spleen, we're not just talking about the physical organ. In TCM, the spleen system is the master at digestion and transformation. Its job is to take the food and drink you consume and turn it into qi and blood, the very building blocks of your vitality. A great way to think of your spleen is as your body's central kitchen stove. When the stove's fire is strong, it efficiently cooks the food, extracting all the nutrients and sending that wonderful energy to every part of your body. You feel light, energized, and clear-headed. However, as we age, or after periods of stress or poor diet, this stove's fire can weaken. When the fire is low, the food isn't cooked properly. Instead of creating pure energy, it produces a damp, sludgy byproduct. This is what we call dampness. This internal dampness is heavy and sticky. It can clog up your channels, weigh down your limbs, cloud your mind, and make you feel perpetually tired. Modern science gives us a parallel view. A weakened digestive system, or what might be called a slower metabolism, struggles to break down foods effectively. This can lead to poor nutrient absorption, bloating, water retention, and systemic low-grade inflammation, all of which contribute to feelings of fatigue and heaviness. The TCM concept of dampness, this entire physiological picture in a single intuitive idea. Let me share a story that might sound familiar. I once worked with a lovely woman in her 60 seconds, let's call her Mary. Mary loved her garden, but she found she could only work for 20 minutes before her legs felt like lead weights and her lower back would ache. She also complained of constant bloating after meals and a kind of brain fog that made it hard to focus on her favorite crossword puzzles. She told me, "I feel like my body is a wet, heavy blanket I have to drag around all day." In TCM, this is a classic picture of what we call spleen T deficiency with dampness accumulation. We didn't do anything dramatic. We started by making small, consistent adjustments. We focused on warming up her kitchen stove. She switched her morning glass of cold juice for a warm cup of ginger tea and started eating a warm, nourishing porridge for breakfast instead of cold cereal. We identified a simple Akis prayer point on her leg to press every day to invigorate her spleen energy. Within a few weeks, the first thing she noticed was that the bloating after meals had significantly reduced. A month later, she called me delighted. "I spent an hour in my garden today," she said, "and I didn't even think about my legs until I was done." Her energy was returning, the fog was lifting, and she felt lighter in her own body. It was a perfect example of steady progress through consistent, gentle care. So, how can we start to clear this internal dampness and rebuild our energy from the ground up? It's about adopting simple daily habits that support our body's natural functions. Here are 5 key strategies rooted in TCM wisdom that you can begin to incorporate into your life. Remember, the goal is gentle, consistent support, not a quick fix. First and most importantly is to strengthen the spleen to resolve dampness. This is our main focus. Think of your body as a waterlogged sponge. You can't add more water, you need to gently wring it out and let it dry in the sun. Strengthening the spleen is like wringing out that sponge. This approach is for you if you often experience heavy limbs, bloating especially after eating, loose stools, a lack of appetite, or a general feeling of being fuzzy-headed. It works because a strong spleen is the only thing that can properly transform and transport fluids. When it's working well, it prevents the formation of dampness in the first place. A simple way to start is to avoid cold and raw foods, which put out your digestive fire. Swap salads for steamed vegetables and ice water for warm tea. A wonderfully practical home method is to incorporate fresh ginger into your cooking. Ginger is warming and pungent, and it's fantastic for stimulating digestion. You can also learn to press the Acus in least omega-36. It's located about 4 finger widths below your kneecap on the outside of your shin bone. Gently massage this point for a minute on each leg every day to powerfully boost your digestive qi. Second, we can warm the kidney yang. If the spleen is the kitchen stove, the kidney system is the pilot light for your entire body's furnace. Kidney yang is the foundational warming and dynamic energy that drives all physiological processes. As we age, this pilot light can naturally begin to flicker and dim. A good analogy is a battery that is slowly losing its charge. You might benefit from this strategy if you constantly feel cold, especially in your hands, feet, and lower back. Other signs include frequent nighttime urination that disrupts your sleep, low libido or weakness in the knees. Warming kidney yang is like recharging that essential battery, providing the deep, foundational warmth needed for all other systems to function well. One of the most pleasant and effective home methods is a nightly foot soak. Soaking your feet in warm water for 15-20 minutes before bed is incredibly grounding. To enhance its effect, add a few slices of fresh ginger or a small handful of Epsom salts to the water. This not only warms you but also draws your energy downward, helping to quiet the mind for a peaceful night's sleep. Third is to nourish liver blood. In TCM, the liver system is responsible for the smooth flow of qi and for storing blood. Liver blood, specifically, is crucial for lubricating our tendons, ligaments, and joints, as well as nourishing our eyes and nails. Think of it as the high-quality oil for a creaky door hinge. Without enough oil, the hinge becomes stiff, noisy, and difficult to move. This strategy is for you if you experience stiff or cracking joints, especially in the morning, along with dry eyes, brittle nails, muscle spasms, or even a sense of irritability and impatience. When we nourish liver blood, we are essentially re-soiling all our moving parts, allowing for greater flexibility and ease of movement. Diet is a powerful tool here. Incorporate dark, leafy greens like spinach and kale, as well as beets, and small amounts of high quality weighed meat if your digestion allows. Goji berries are a treasured herb for nourishing liver blood and brightening the eyes. A handful in your tea or porridge is a wonderful addition. Also, according to the TCM body clock, the liver does its most important work between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. Simply get into bed before 11, the time it needs to regenerate and replenish its blood supply. Fourth, we can soothe the liver qi. While the liver stores blood, it also ensures that qi flows smoothly throughout the body, like a wide, unobstructed river. When we experience stress, frustration, or anger, this flow can get blocked like a dam being built across the river. The energy gets stuck and stagnant, causing tension. This approach is for you if you often feel stressed, irritable, easily angered, or experience a sensation of tightness in your chest, neck, and shoulders. You might also find yourself sighing frequently, which is the body's natural attempt to release this pent-up energy. Soothing the liver qi is like dismantling the dam and allowing the river to flow freely again. This immediately releases physical and emotional tension. One of the simplest and most profound methods is deep, conscious breathing. Several times a day, take a moment to inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4, hold for a moment, and then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. This simple act can instantly calm your nervous system and move stagnant qi. Gentle stretching, like in yoga or Tai Chi, is also excellent. A simple cup of peppermint or chamomile tea in the afternoon can also do wonders to ease tension and soothe your liver. Finally, we have the strategy of nourishing heart blood and calming the spirit. In TCM, the heart system does more than just pump blood. It is also considered the home of our consciousness and spirit, which we call the Shen. When heart blood is abundant, our Shenhan is calm and settled, like a person in a safe, comfortable home. We feel at peace and sleep soundly. If heart blood is deficient, the Shen has no place to rest. It becomes agitated and unsettled. This is like a person with nowhere to go, wandering restlessly. This strategy is for you if you struggle with falling or staying asleep, have vivid or disturbing dreams, or experience anxiety, heart palpitations, or poor memory. It works by creating a peaceful inner environment for your mind. We are essentially giving the mind a quiet, cozy blanket to rest under. Certain foods are wonderful for this. Jujube dates, the large tree dates, and longan fruit are two classic foods used to nourish heart blood and calm the spirit. Making a simple tea by simmering them in water is a comforting evening ritual. You can also press the Akas prayer point any Idwan Porik Adramus 6. Located about 3-finger minus widths up from your wrist crease between the two tendons. Gently pressing here can help calm an anxious mind or a fluttering heart. To make this even easier to apply, here are 2 simple daily routines you can try. They are designed to be gentle, nourishing, and easy to fit into your day. The first is a spleen minus strengthening morning kani. Kani is a gentle, warming rice porridge that is like a comforting hug for your digestive system. For 1 serving, you'll just need a 1/4 cup of white rice and about 2 to 3 cups of water. You can also add 1 or 2 dried jujube dates for a touch of sweetness and blood minus building properties, and a small piece of dried tangerine peel, which is fantastic for helping the spleen resolve dampness. Simply combine all the ingredients in a small pot, bring it to a boil, then reduce the heat to low power, and let it simmer for at least an hour, or until the rice is completely broken down and creamy. You might need to add more water as it cooks. The best time for this is breakfast. It warms your digestive fire and gives you sustained energy without the heaviness. This is especially helpful for anyone with weak digestion, bloating, or fatigue. However, if you have a lot of internal heat or constipation, you might want to start with just the plain rice honey. A good way to check if it's right for you is to notice how you feel an hour after eating it. Do you feel light, warm, and comfortable? That's a great sign. The second routine is a kidney minus warming evening foot soak. This simple ritual helps ground your energy, promote circulation, and prepare your body for deep, restorative sleep. All you need is a basin large enough for your feet, hot water, and 3 to 5 slices of fresh ginger. You can also add a small handful of Epsom salts. First, fill the basin with enough hot water to cover your ankles. Make sure to test the temperature so it's comfortably warm, not scalding. Add the ginger slices and Epsom salts and stir. Sit in a comfortable chair and sit your feet for about 15 to 20 minutes or until a light sweat forms on your brow. The best time is about an hour before you plan to go to sleep. This is wonderful for anyone who suffers from cold feet, lower back ache, or has trouble unwinding at night. A word of caution: if you have high blood pressure, use warm water instead of hot and limit the soak to 10 minutes. Also, avoid this if you have any open wounds or sores on your feet. The self-minus check is simple after the soak. Do your feet and body feel pleasantly warm? Do you find that you fall asleep more easily and sleep more soundly? If so, this is a wonderful routine for you. Now, it's very important to touch on a common mistake many people make on their wellness journey. In our communities and online, we often hear friends or family rave about a particular herb supplement, one diet that worked wonders for them. It's natural to want to try it for ourselves. However, what works for one person may not work for you, and can sometimes even make things worse. TCM places immense importance on individualized care. Your body has a unique constitution and a unique pattern of imbalance. If your friend who always feels hot and restless benefits from a cooling tea like mint, and you who always feels cold and tired drink that same tea, it can further weaken your digestive fire and leave you feeling even more fatigued. Copying others without understanding your own body's signals can lead to frustration and disappointment. The key is to become a better listener to your own body. Start with simple, gentle changes and take close attention to how you feel. Your body is your best teacher. If you've tried something and want to know if it's a good fit for you, feel free to share your experience. We can explore together what your body might be telling you. Remember, taking care of your health is a journey, not a destination. Every small, positive step you take is a meaningful victory. It's about building a foundation of vitality, one nourishing meal, one calming breath, one restful night at a time. The power to reclaim your energy and feel good in your body is truly in your hands. Don't underestimate the profound impact of these simple, consistent daily practices. They are the keys to lasting wellness. Have you ever felt that heavy, dragging sensation in your legs or a fog in your mind? It's more common than you think. Share this article with a friend or a family member who often feels tired, so they know they are not alone and that there are gentle, natural ways to feel better. If this resonated with you, comment below with the word VITALITY, and I'll share a simple tip for boosting your energy every morning. Your health is your greatest treasure. Let's cherish it together.